and is often used to um, defend against or to fight against um, those that are oppressing us. So this is an excellent Shem angel for protection. So if you give me just a moment here, I am posting this here. All right. All right. I hope everyone's doing well. So this is the Shem angel. Let me see here. Give me just a second, y'all. I apologize. I'm trying to get this going. I'm not used to doing things this way. All right. Here we go, y'all. All right. I have a link here. All right, posting on Facebook. So normally I do everything on Facebook and then upload to YouTube. Now I'm trying the YouTube lives. So here we go. I'm probably going to edit this out after. All right, y'all. So Shem Angel number 27, Yeratel. This angel is associated with protection and defense and helps to fight against those that are oppressing us. So this is Shem angel number 27, Yeratel, governs 10 to 15 degrees of Leo. And this Shem angel is very powerful, very useful. If anyone is being oppressed by negative influences or anything, then just be sure and work with this angel. So this is Shem angel number 27. Now, the spelling of this angel can vary sometimes. Yeratel. The spelling in Hebrew is Yud Resh Tav Aleph Lamed. Yeratel. So this angel is associated with protection, serves to confound the wicked and slanderers, and to be delivered from one's enemies. It protects against those who provoke us and attack us unjustly. It dominates the propagation of the arts, civilization, and freedom. The person born under this influence will love peace, justice, and the sciences, the arts, and will distinguish himself in literature. So, let's take a look at some of our sources here. I always tend to plug this book because it's historical. There's about 10 pages on the Shem angels in this whole book, but it's very important. Published in 1517 on the art of the Kabbalah, De Arte Kabbalistica by Johann Reuchlin. If you have this book, and I've plugged a link, go to page 279, and you will see Yeratel is the fourth one up from the bottom on page 279. Snatch me, O Lord, from an evil man, from a man of violence, snatch me away, or deliver me would be the better way. So that was published in 1517. If we go forward 100 years to Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Aegyptiacus, then we see that Yeratel is from the choir of dominations. Yeratel is from the choir of dominations, and the divine attribute embodied with this angel is Deus propulsator, or God who drives forward. Okay, so Yeratel. Now, if we go all the way forward to 1823, the Science of the Kabbalah, I plugged that book also, very important for the offices and everything. So it says this, it serves to confound the wicked and slanderers and to be delivered from one's enemies. It protects against those who provoke us and attack us unjustly. It dominates the propagation of the arts, civilization, and freedom. The person born under this influence will love peace, justice, the sciences, the arts, and will be distinguished in literature. So, Yeratel. The Hebrew letters associated, so the Hebrew letters, so hold on just a second here. Yeratel So the Hebrew letters are Yud, Resh, Tav, Aleph, Lamed, Yeratel. But the Latin letters, the Latin characters in Agrippa, Dr. Rudd, the letters in Lazare Lenain, so Dr. Rudd, Agrippa, Athanasius Kircher, sometimes they differ. Oftentimes the letter Tav shows up in English as TH, but it's not th, it's more like a t. So the letter Tav is often put as a TH. And also the letter Y could also be an I, or it could be put as a J, because in Latin a J makes a Y sound. So it's a little confusing. You'll see different spellings. For example, the Divine Cabal um, has J, um, Erathel, Yeratel. But anyways, Yeratel. This is the Shem angel. You'll see some different spellings and everything. I really encourage people to work with this. Now, if you're on, I do post these in the community section. All right, I post these in the community section where I write about the angel, I give the sigil, and I give this all of this stuff, and I put all of the information in that. If you're on YouTube and you go to my channel and you go to the community, you'll see all the different qualities of this. You'll see all the details of the angel. The Occult Corner says, "What's up, brother? Hey, how are you doing today? Great to see you here." So Yeratel. All right. All right. And I've got my lovely girlfriend with me. All right, here. She's cheering me on. Little cheerleader. All right, which I appreciate. All right, y'all. So, I'm going to put this here. All right. All right, y'all. So I really want people to work with this angel. Maybe you're being oppressed. Maybe you feel like somebody is attacking you. Or maybe you feel like there may be spiritual forces that are rising up against you. Or maybe you've got a coworker or a boss or someone that's doing negative things to you, you know. You could retaliate and or do all these things, or you can call on this powerful Shem angel. Okay, call on this powerful angel, very effective. I really encourage people to work with this. And let's say that you don't have anything like that with this angel. By the way, then also it governs the arts, civilization, and freedom. Those born under this influence, referring to those that have this as a birth angel. In Lazare Lenain, we're reading, will love peace, justice, and the sciences, the arts, and be distinguished in literature. So, if you're not, it seems like the main aspect of this angel, and it resonates with the psalm verse that you see in the 16th and 17th century literature. It's pretty consistent that this angel helps to deliver you from your foes and from those that are oppressing you, especially if it's unjust. You're being persecuted unjustly just for meanness. But also, according to Lazare Lenain, let's say you have nothing that fits that, also distinguished in the arts, sciences, and literature. So let's say that you have a test coming up or whatever, you're trying to learn something, okay? But many of us, a lot of people, they go through feeling oppressed. So Yeratel is called upon to deal with this. So the Divine Cabal, and here I am quoting Welcome Manuscript 3203. This is a manuscript number. So the manuscript number, it's a way, we can't just rely on the occult books, which we have many great ones. We can't just rely on books from Amazon, right? Modern books. It's very important that people know how to go to the website and look at these digital a lot of them are not translated. A lot of them are in Latin or French or whatever, to look at these texts and look at these old grimoires. So very important for people to know how to look up the manuscript number. And by the way, I provide these PDFs that are public domain because they're hundreds of years old. I provide these digital scans. So Yeratel, according to Welcome Manuscript 3203, the Divine Cabal. I had a very good friend, by the way, that went and visited the Welcome Library. I would love to do that. Um, so yeah, I really recommend that if you're able to go visit the Welcome Library for yourself. And so, anyways, Yeratel, I'm quoting the Divine Cabal, Welcome Manuscript 3203, which is a dream magic text with the Shem angels. You put the sigil under your pillow, and it has you work with the Shem angels going through each 5-degree segment of the zodiac. Okay, this is what the Divine Cabal says. Yeratel governs from the 1st of August until the 5th inclusively. All right, the verse from whence is derived his name, it's the same verse. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man, preserve me from the violent man or woman. So deliver me, O Lord, from the evil one, preserve me from the violent one, or man or woman. So that is the Psalm verse, and that is consistent with this angel. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man, preserve me from the violent man. So what you do is you light a candle, call on the angel's name various times, trying to make contact, repeat the name. These are Shem angels. The word Shem in Hebrew means name. So in Hebrew, the word Shem literally means name. So every time you say Shem angel, you're literally saying name angel. These are angels of the 72 names of God, extracted Kabbalistically from the Torah, from Exodus, or the book of Shemot, Exodus chapter 14, verses 19 through 21. So anyways, Yeratel. All right. Occult Corner says, how can I find one? Which one are you, with what? What are you talking about, bud? All right. So Yeratel. And today we're going to call on the angel with a simple prayer method, okay? I often talk about in these videos how you have the method of prayer, the contemplative way with the repetition of the psalm verse in Latin or the name so many times, the repetition, contemplation upon the divine attribute. This is a way that through each 5 days you have something that you could really focus on a specific qualities and really connect, okay? And it doesn't have to just be a ritual with the incense and the candlelight. If you just find yourself throughout the day, you have a few moments on your lunch break at work or something, or you're on your drive home and you think about the angel, use that opportunity. It's better to work with the angel when you think of it than to just disregard the practice altogether. Put it on a back burner. If you're likely to do a ritual, great. If you're not very likely, then use what you're going to do, okay? Drive home, pray to the angel, talk to the angel. So traditionally, the psalm verse goes with the call. And so the psalm verse in the Masoretic text, there's a different psalm numbering, and I'm not trying to make this complex. I just want to make this a full video looking at all these different aspects. All you really need to know is the angel name, the psalm verse, call on the angel for protection. You don't need to know all this stuff, okay? Yeratel, deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man, deliver me from the violent man. Just the psalm verse, name, light a candle, that's all you need. All the other stuff I'm talking about is just going a little deeper here, understanding the history, understanding these things, because we stand upon the backs of those that have come before us. And it's up to us to hold the torch and to carry the light of the Shem angels forward for future generations. We need to carry that light forward, okay, to those that will come after us. We don't want these traditions to die. We want them to live on. And that is why I think it's very important that we be able to understand the history, and then each individual can adapt or make it their own how they want. But someone standing up like myself to show others, it's important that we look at the history and kind of understand all of that. So let's see here. So I'm not used to These are live, so let me take a look here. Um, Hi, do you think the angel wants anything in return for helping one? Now, I am responding to comments, so now this is just my opinion. So I like to let people know this is just my opinion, this isn't the truth. My opinion is that the Shem angels do good for goodness' sake. They want us to spread more goodness in the world. It is blessing for the sake of blessedness. You receive goodness, okay? The angel Love is not jealous, okay? Love does not expect anything. There are many different entities that it's very transactional. So that's a very common question in the magical community. Many different spirits, it's transactional. With the Shem angels, it is goodness for goodness' sake. That is how I see it. That comes from my experience. That comes to speaking to many other people. They're not looking for sacrifices and ofrendas, okay? It is goodness. If you want to help, in my opinion, all right, what does a Shem angel expect in return? Respect and pay it forward. Do kindness onto others. So when I work with the Shem angels and I get filled with goodness or whatever, I want to do a kind deed. I want to help someone. So that is really the transaction. And really, you kind of see this in some forms of, well, it's a different tradition, but for example, Catholic conjure, which is a different thing. You may, recite so many prayers, give money to the church or whatever as a payment, okay? But like I said, these are not transactional spirits, in my opinion. Now, all of that, my opinion, and I'm open to people disagreeing, having different views, that's totally fine. But you asked for my opinion, and there it is. In my opinion, they expect nothing in return except for goodness. So, anyways, I want people to call upon this angel, Yeratel, and I want to show people the power that comes from a simple call. So, what I would like y'all to do, remember that a Shem angel is connected to the name. The name itself is powerful. Most spirits, you work with all these sigils and things, and I've started implementing the sigils, but I've never really used them for much of my time. My grimoire teacher that I've had for years, he doesn't use the sigils. But if you want to use the sigils, I started incorporating them. Now, I don't want to just go all over the place, but I want to put fullness in this video. So I wanted to add that with the sigils, there is some talk in the occult community that the sigils are diabolical and harmful and all these things. And this controversy comes, you see it in Robert Ambelain, but he was working with a version from the Arsenal. The Bibliothèque Arsenal was a different type of manuscript, corrupted sigils. I've never heard of anybody having problems using the sigils that I put. So I don't think they're required, but I truly believe completely and absolutely using the sigils that I provide that has no negative results whatsoever. If you're nervous or you don't want to use them, then don't use them. They're not required. It's extra, in my opinion. But the sigils, the correct sigils, they're largely seen in the grimoire community as the correct ones are the ones found in Welcome Manuscript 3203, the Divine Cabal, and then also it's the same in Welcome Manuscript 3414, trying to remember. It's the French version of the Divine Cabal. So anyways, I'm throwing that out there. I don't always use the sigils. If you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to use them, but I don't think anybody's going to have any trouble using the sigils that I've been providing. So there's a lot of fear in the community around the use of the sigils and everything, but anyways, we will discover, through experimentation. That's what magic is about. So anyways, let's call upon the name Yeratel. Remember, Shem means name. Shem Shem angels, name angels, Yeratel, we call upon you by your name, Yeratel. Yeratel, we invoke thee. I encourage anyone watching this video, whether live or later on, either way, I highly encourage people watching this video to call the name with me. Call the name with me, Yeratel. Yeratel. Say it with me, Yeratel. Yeratel, okay? Say the name with me, Yeratel, Yeratel. You're already building a link by saying the name. Shem angels are the easiest in the world to contact. Yeratel, Yeratel. We call upon you, Yeratel. And now the psalm verse. I have my altar, you can't really see it. I have my altar behind the candle with candles and all that stuff. I don't like to show my altar. I keep a lot of my practices private. Um, and yeah, people don't know all the spirits that I work with and things. I keep a lot of my stuff private because I think that knowledge is power, and sometimes people don't need to know everything that you're working with. That's important. But anyways, I have my altar set up with the candle light. If you'd like to light a candle, there's absolutely nothing wrong. It cannot hurt. It can only be good. Light a candle with this video. I encourage people. I know many of y'all have been working with this stuff a while. Light a candle with me, okay? And let's say this name together. All right. Oh, thank you so much, Billy. I really appreciate it. You're very kind. All right, Yeratel, Yeratel. Say the name with me, y'all. Yeratel. All right. And sorry about this lighting here. Anyways, Yeratel, Yeratel. All right, Yeratel. Deliver, now I say the psalm verse. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. Ebripe me domine ab homine malo, aviro iniquo eripe me. So the name in Latin. So Yeratel is with us now. He governs he governs everything at this time, especially Yeratel. We call upon you. Now, Yeratel, we ask your blessings that you protect and grant us your guardianship, your protection. Help defend us against those that rise unjustly against us. Yeratel, guard and protect us. Now, I encourage y'all to pray silently. Give your petition. I'm not kidding. This is a ritual. Yes, in a video, the angels are all around. They're all around us all the time, okay? You know, God is as close as your own breath. Therefore, Yeratel, we call upon you, okay? Now, I encourage y'all to ask for something within the office of the angel, all right? I'm going to think a minute, and I'm going to come up with something as well, and then I'm going to ask silently. I ask y'all to take this moment to ask the angel. And it may be at this time that you see images, okay? Close your eyes and just be receptive, all right? Tell the angel, place your cares before the angel, okay? All right. And then after that, take a moment. Some of you may want to just try. This is going to sound new agey, but if it works, it works. Some of you may want to try to close your eyes. Imagine for a moment, you go up, up, you leave your body, you go up, 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 up above the earth. You see the earth beneath your feet. You're just out there, just in outer space, just above the earth. You see a light approaching you, have your communication. You may ask the angel to bless you. You may see energy filling you with blessings, okay? Tell the angel what you want. You may feel warmth and light around you, okay? So, I encourage you to be receptive at this time. Yeratel, we thank you, and we ask that you peacefully depart with the blessings of God. Amen. Now, yep, Yeratel. And I felt like a shift in energy. Um, so yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. Some things may just be within our own minds, but I also believe that we, in a sense, are a sensor. We are a sense, an instrument of detection within us. We can feel the energy shift. Okay. So, what I would encourage people to do is to work with this angel at this time, place your petition before the angel, and just commune. Okay. Think about the qualities of this angel. Recite the psalm verse. Think of the divine attribute. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to be doing more lives here on YouTube. And yep, I'm going to be doing that, trying that out a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Let me see here. The Occult Corner, untranslated books, untranslated literature. Well, you go to the Welcome Library online and you go to these different, like the British Library and stuff online, and you look up the catalog number. So, Welcome Manuscript, that's Wellcome, Welcome Manuscript. MS is not Mississippi or Mrs. or Miss. MS stands for manuscript. So, Welcome MS 3203 is Welcome Manuscript 3203. And by the way, I'm gonna pin I'm gonna pin like a comment that'll have like these PDFs and stuff. Well, actually, that text is actually in English, but that's one of these manuscripts. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole ton of versions of the Key of Solomon that have never seen Amazon or a bookstore. There are a ton of versions, a ton of grimoires that are not published. That's why these occult authors keep pumping out new books, because they're making more and more available. But people need to learn to go to these websites and look at these digital PDFs and stuff, scans of these Latin texts and all of this stuff, okay? But if you go to the community section on YouTube, or if you go to my Facebook and look at the of the angel, it'll have all this information, and it'll even have links to different PDFs that are in the public domain, all of it. Okay, because the stuff that I provide is at the latest from the 1800s. But anyways, Yeratel. The blessings of Yeratel fill the earth, and I hope that all of you. Also, I wanted to say a different thing, okay? This may sound new agey, but I think it's very useful, and I wanted to encourage this for any of you that may be dealing with difficult times or dealing with negative energy, to practice what is called the inner smile. Now, this is a Taoist thing. I don't want people, are we mixing our drinks unduly? I think not. I think the inner smile is a practice that everyone can benefit from. To be able to smile inwardly. Okay, what does the inner smile mean? Just smile. Do you feel that energy when you smile? The inner smile is to take that smile and turn it inward. Also to smile at the world. Many of us carry around an inner frown, but we need to learn to have the inner smile. This transmutes energy, okay? So I was a little hesitant to add this to my video, but really what we're dealing with here is a shift. I think that it's helpful. Okay, so many of you may be dealing with negative situations. You may feel oppressed, or you may feel that things are very harsh right now. Learn the inner smile. The inner smile is such a simple practice. Smile. Smile inwardly. Smile at the world. Okay, and carrying around this smile, try taking a 30-minute walk and carrying the inner smile throughout the 30-minute walk. Try to carry the inner smile with you into work. Okay, now this isn't going to protect you from bad juju. Okay, we're not getting into that kind of stuff, but it will help you to kind of bring in a more positive energy as well, in addition to calling upon the powerful forces of the Shem angels. So I'm just throwing that out there. I feel like I should throw that out there as something that I think that it might help some people. Totally unrelated in a way from Shem angels, but it's an extra thing. So any of you that are troubled, learn to carry the inner smile and try to learn to smile even in difficulties, to have that inner peace. That inner peace can go with you. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all are so great. Let me see. All right. I guess that's it. I've been out of town again. I've been out of town again. But I'm back here and we're going to keep doing this wonderful work. So, think of it this way. It's not always about just taking from the world. Sometimes in giving, you receive. Sometimes when you give, you actually do receive a little bit. Okay? The world around you becomes lighter because we learn to not be so wrapped up into ourselves. We learn to see that the whole world has troubles. Everyone has these things. If you could smile at your own problems and smile at others, then you can bring just a little bit more light into the world. The world has enough darkness and aggression and anger and vengeance and all of these types of things. It's important to bring in a little bit of light. Okay? So, anyways, so that is Yeratel. Are there any more questions or anything? Let me see here. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Y'all are really great. And yeah, thank you so much. And then actually, yeah, we're gonna have a lot more videos like this on YouTube. We'll be doing the live streams on YouTube. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful day. Hi Agatha, how are you doing? Billy Ark, let's see. Billy Ark says, "You're right. These days, there's a lot of toxicity. Yeah, there really is. But here's the thing: sometimes when you try to throw out some poison towards an enemy, you can just poison the whole well. Sometimes the medicine you dole out, you do end up taking just because that energy is around you. When you focus on negativity, you kind of bring out what you attract. Like attracts like." And I'm not trying to just go into all this law of attraction stuff, but all things are connected, okay? And what you're dialing into, think of it like a telephone number, right? What you're dialing into on the daily with your thoughts and everything else, what you're dialing into is kind of what you're attracting, okay? And, a lot of people have had a really amazing interactions with Shem angels, but I would encourage, if you want to get better results, more powerful results with the Shem angels, to try to become more angelic in a way, more good. And by the way, I am in no way implying that I am a saint. I have many, many faults. I fall way short of this. I say this because it's what I want to see more in myself and in others. I am in no way a paragon of perfection by any means, okay? Now, I'm not putting myself down. I am just saying that all of us could try to be a little bit more positive, all right? Try to spread some goodness and light, y'all. And when you see somebody in need, help them out. Try to spread some goodness. And you might see that results tend to come a lot more quicker with this stuff. Again, this is just that part. This is just my opinion, okay? When we're talking about like more factual information, it's me plugging these books and stuff, right? But when in history and things like that, the technology that's been used over time. But when we get into these types of rants, it's really kind of my opinion. I do believe that I am in touch with something that I think may help me, that I can help others. When I make these videos, sometimes I do kind of feel that I could be of service, I could kind of help. It's like a flame that burns in the heart. Okay, it's a flame. We want to spread that light and goodness. And anyways, I feel like yeah, we should leave it at that. All right, y'all. So let's see here. All right. Billy says, what books recommended on the Shem Angels for beginners? Well, I'm working on something. Sadly, there's not a whole lot of information out there. For a beginner, I would get Science of Kabbalah, The Science of Kabbalah, um, by Lazare Lenain. I've plugged it. If you go to my description to this video, there'll be a link. Okay. There'll be a link to that. The Science of Kabbalah. Pierce Vaughn has an excellent translation. Now, I don't agree with everything in the book, but the office is very useful. And then apart from that, there really isn't a whole lot. There is a Divine Cabal by Chi Hu, which usually is not really available. Nick Farrell has a Shem Angel Grimoire. However, the way he does things is not how I do it. He uses a Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn way where Shem Angel 1 Vehuya actually begins in Leo, as opposed to the classical way that I and many people use. Even though I do work with modern lodge magic, with Shem Angels, it's the classical way. Vehuya begins in Aries. However, the astrologic the quinaries, the degrees that they govern may differ. But I mean it's a good it's a good primer or whatever. There's really not a whole lot out there. My honest opinion, if you really want to know my honest opinion, make sure you have a copy of Cornelius Agrippa's 3 Books of Occult Philosophy. There's not much in there. There's like a few pages on Shem Angels. Get this book. It's a few pages, but it's very important on the Shem Angels historically. Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Aegyptiacus is in Latin, but I do give a PDF, and you can read the tables, okay, if you know how to do it. But I give the PDF. We need this translated. Now, these texts that I'm talking about are not really the easiest, but they're important. I really wish also, a lot of people work with Damon Brand's 72 Angels of Magic. Honestly, I don't really care for the book, but many people find it useful. Just because I don't like a book doesn't mean others can't find it useful. I don't really care for Damon Brand's 72 Angels of Magic. No offense. Sometimes authors and stuff end up finding out that, I said something in a video because people tell them, I don't mean to offend anybody. It's just not my cup of tea. However, 72 Angels of Magic by Damon Brand, many people find it useful. It's really not complicated is the thing. In my videos and in my posts, I really do feel that someone probably gets the best education that they could. That sounds so prideful, but I don't mean it that way. There's just not much published. And to be quite honest and quite frank, in my honest opinion, in my videos and my posts, you're getting a deeper dive than you're probably going to find in a lot of books. But anyway, so Yeratel, that is the Shem Angel. I hope that y'all are walking this journey with me, okay? You don't have to use timing. Damon Brand doesn't use timing. You don't have to use timing to work with Shem Angels. Many people, myself included, find it useful. Some people use the 20-minute cycle given by Lazare Lenain. It's a new method, goes back to 1823, basically. Maybe a little earlier. But me, I go through the degrees of the zodiac. If you have an astrological app, like Natal Charts Pro or any kind of astrological, you can pull up like an app. You can see what degree the sun is in. So you can go, oh, the sun entered this many degrees. Or you can just go with the Divine Cabal. The Divine Cabal says August the 1st until August the 5th inclusively. So roughly that's the time. August 1st to the 5th inclusively, those 5 days is when this Shem Angel is considered extra powerful, extra active. And this is, so until August the 5th, these days is a special time to really work with this angel. So up till August the 5th, so August the 1st until the 5th, these days are very specially dedicated to this angel, working it like this system, like in the Divine Cabal. So I really encourage y'all to walk with me in this way, to follow this path and work and self-initiate. Ask for, I recommend, my opinion, just my opinion, ask for one thing with the angel. Call the angel name various times, recite the psalm verse, ask for one thing very close to your heart within the office of the angel, and then just watch for synchronicities, listen out for dreams, listen for any impressions. You're beginning to make contact and dial in with the spirit world, but not just the spirit world, with this benevolent, angelic energy that can transform your life. This is very powerful. I've known people that have worked with many different systems, and the Shem angels are very powerful, very effective. All right, so let me see here. Agatha says, I like Ben Woodcroft's Angels, Sigils, Keys, and Calls. I've never read the text, but that's cool. Thank you for suggesting that. Let me see here. All right, Agatha says, I've had much success with the Shem. You were right about them. Billy says, thank you. Okay, Julian. What happens when we stop doing this type of work? What do you mean? Are there negative effects, or do we slip back into ignorance? What has been your experience? The angels are not going to wish you any ill. And now, this is my opinion, okay? I don't want to impose my opinions on others, but when you ask for my opinion is the angels only want good for you. They're not going to come at you or, oh, you stopped, we're coming at you. This isn't like that. They don't want anything. It's goodness for goodness' sake. However, this is just my opinion. To get better results with the angels, have just an inner goodness, an inner purity, an inner innocence, okay? Do goodness, and I think that you may get better results. Now, I don't want to just impose my views on that. I welcome disagreement on that. That's my opinion. Purity of heart may get better results, okay? My honest opinion. That's how you get better. There's no negative effects from stopping. There's no negative effects of any. We're not dealing with planetary spirits. We're dealing with super celestials, okay? In Agrippa's three world model, you have at the center, you have the elemental world, okay? This is the world of stones and plants and herbs, and this could be a very powerful world. Many people with work natural magic, this is book one of Agrippa, by the way, they will just work, they know how to unlock the powers of plants and animals and rocks and stones. So vegetable, animal, mineral. Many people know how to, work with these types of things. Next is the celestial world. These are the worlds of planetary spirits, okay? Beyond that, you have the divine world, okay? Shem angels are not. Shem angels, according to this Renaissance theory of the three world model, Shem angels reflect down into the celestial realm as the 72 quinaries of the zodiac, but they're not the 72. They are in the divine realm. So the three world model, this is in the highest realm, reflects down into the celestial realm, and that reflects down into the elemental realm. But the divine realm is not, it's not limited by celestial forces or timing. It's not limited by these forces. So basically, the higher is not limited by the lower, but the lower tends to be limited by the higher. And then to put that same type of logic is often used in magic for protection, like going into ritual. You could bring the greater into the lower, but don't bring the greater into the higher. And what I mean by that is don't bring a knife into a gunfight, but you could bring a gun into. I want to be careful what I'm using a metaphor. I'm not even thinking about how ridiculous the internet is sometimes. But like if it's better to be overly protected, okay? and go into a ritual where you don't need all this heavy stuff, but you're like got all your armor on, than to go with no protection into something that's very serious that can cause you problems. But anyways, I just went way off. But basically, the higher can be used. The higher is not limited by the lower, okay? But the lower is limited by the higher. So that the super celestial or divine realm, according to Agrippa's three world model and understood in a lot of grimoire magic, is beyond. You don't, the Key of Solomon, things like that. Um, you're dealing with super celestial. Now, timing can help us below to connect, okay? But those forces are not limited by that. Let me see here. All right. Anne says, hi, are Shem angel names written on the candle equal to sigils? Once again, this is just my opinion. Just my opinion, yes. Yes, their name angels. Many people, my grimoire teach, a lot of people, they don't even use the sigils with wonderful success. I didn't even use the sigils for most of my time working with them. The name itself is powerful with these particular spirits, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, writing the name and the candle is very powerful. Could we just work with the Shem angels by writing their name on the candle in Hebrew and chanting the name plus using salt magic? Yes, that's how my teacher's always done it. Who is a very powerful magician. That yes, that's how my mentor. Because I work in different lineages, and in each lineage or system that I work, I have my own teachers. And yeah, a man that I very much respect. He kind of wants to be in the background. He doesn't use the sigils, and for most of my time, I never use the sigils. So yeah, now that's just my opinion. Um, Billy Ark says, "Do you need to keep a devotional lifestyle?" Once again, this is just my opinion. I think it can definitely help. Definitely help. Okay. Angels aren't interested in devotional acts like sticking with it. Now, Agatha's saying, my opinion only, which is cool. I welcome other opinions. My opinion only, um, angels aren't interested in devotional acts like sticking with them. I was feeling pulled towards LSM too strongly, so I resisted, but the Shem so far haven't done such. Yep, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't, yeah, let me see here. Julian says, thank you for clarifying. I appreciate your insight. By devotional, I took it as like aspirate or devotion to the divine. But when it comes to a devotional lifestyle, like serving the spirits in the morning and in the eat, like some traditions are heavy on you wake up, you work with your spirits, all right? This isn't like that. And a lot of those are like very transactional types of it's just a different type of relationship. There are different protocols for different groups of spirits. So I think we should need to be careful, my opinion, in trying to judge how to peel an apple by our experience with oranges. We're used to an orange, you just peel it off. Oh, it's another piece of fruit, an apple. Try doing it's not going to work the same. Why? Because one is an orange and one is an apple. I think it's good when approaching the Shem angels to kind of forget, in a way, not all of our knowledge, of course not, carry it with us, but you're kind of working with a whole new set of understandings and protocols. Just my opinion. Wow, I'm getting a lot of feedback here. I'm not used to this much conversation. That's interesting. I just don't want it to interfere because I want the videos to kind of stick to the topic. What I may do is open up a Q&A set. Well, I already told all the stuff on the angel, so now we're in Q&A right now. Okay. All right, Wither and Thither says angel. So I'm reading the comments. Wither and Thither says angels don't like that stuff. In my opinion, angels just care that people try to stay divine in everyday life, and then they respect that. Cool. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I agree. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, y'all. Anybody else want to say anything before I close this out? Here's your opportunity. Wow, 50 minutes. Anybody else want to add anything? I don't want to cut anyone off. All right, y'all. So I'm going to do some YouTube lives for some of these. Of course, it's being added to my Shem Angel playlist on my channel. A little bit of a different style. It's all right. Tin Roof, thank you so much. And thank you, Billy. Thank you, everybody. All right, y'all. I really encourage y'all to work with this Shem Angel, especially any of y'all that feel oppressed or attacked or whatever. Um, if anyone is like coming at you or whatever, I really recommend you calling this angel. Anyone that's born during this time, from like August the 1st to August the 5th, I would look at really what degree is the sun on your natal chart. Make sure it's in between 10 and 15. If this angel of Leo, degrees of Leo, this Shem angel, like, you don't have to have it as a birth angel. Absolutely not. I mean, I work with this angel, but my birth angel is Mitzrael. That's why I carry chrysoprase around my neck. By the way, any of y'all that want to work with your birth angel, what I did is you go to Agrippa. Where is my book on that? Agrippa's Three Books of Occult Philosophy. He has a chapter where it's like he goes through the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and he breaks down the number 6 and number 7, and finally the number 11 and the number 12, right? So I think it's book 2 of Agrippa. It's in the one where he talks about the number 12. You'll see him break down the stones that correspond to the 12 signs of the zodiac, and then each sign of the zodiac has 6 Shem angels within it, governing 5 degrees each. So, what is your sun sign? You can get the stone. Mine is chrysoprase because I am a Capricorn in my sun sign. Chrysoprase in tropical astrology, which is a whole other can of worms. And traditional grimoire magic, they use tropical astrology. That's what Agrippa and all these people do. Now some people just feel like, oh, it's going to be, you know, people have different views. Some use whatever. I use the tropical. As did the Divine Cabal and Agrippa and Dr. Rudd and all this. Western magic didn't need anything. It was complete in itself and effective. We don't need to be informed by other systems, in my opinion. But anyways, whatever system you use, you can get the stone of your birth angel. All right. But anyways, if this is your birth angel, then yeah, this is a very powerful angel for defense. Very powerful. But yep, I hope that y'all try working with this angel, and I hope that everyone gets a good result from that, and let me know how it goes. And one thing, I'm all over the place in this video, but important information. I recommend if you start getting communications, the angels love secrecy, in my opinion. And this is what my teacher told me, and it's always stuck with me in grimoire magic. The Arbitel has aphorism 1: to know secrets, know how to keep secret things secretly. I recommend if you get any communications, ask the angels permission if you can tell others about it. And you'll get a nudge, you'll get a feeling, okay? Ask permission before you go telling people of your images and all the things that you got with the Shem angel, because not everyone appreciates what is holy. And yeah, so that is just throwing that out there. I really recommend, if you're having communications, ask the angel, is it okay if I share this experience, before you go and share it. That's part of the protocols. That is very common in this type of thing. It's something I've always practiced, so I'm throwing it out there. Um, so let me see here. Anne says, is it more effective to ask for the same problem solution to one angel or to two or three angels? My opinion, one. My opinion, if you don't think one's good enough, then you're not trusting. That's just my view. One is powerful. You'll see your life shift. My opinion. Now, if you're not seeing any result, then go, bring in, whatever you got to do. But I think it's very effective. I would ask one, is my opinion. Um, all right, y'all. Thank you so much. I apologize if I was just all over the place here. It's just that I want to be complete. I've given a lot of my opinion here, and I want to kind of avoid that to a degree, but some people may find it useful. So, anyways, more videos to come, and I'm going to be doing these on YouTube for a bit, all right, and then later on posting on Facebook. YouTube can get a little jealous sometimes with its videos. It may try to hold on to this video where I can't download it for a couple days. It's all right. I'll be sending the links on Facebook. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for joining. I hope all of y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all are all amazing, and I hope everyone has a great day. I will see y'all in the next video. Have a great day, y'all.